Earlier this month, we exposed a massive drug trafficking problem at LAX.
Today, David Ono brings us part 3 of his exclusive investigation, looking at what happens when fentanyl gets on planes.
The cartels are shipping huge quantities of narcotics, including fentanyl, on the very planes that you and I are riding on, with no law enforcement entity actually charged with checking the millions of bags for drugs. But does that put travelers in danger? There is one scenario in particular that you need to know.
Look at this. They didn't so much as throw a pair of underwear in the suitcase to act like they were hiding the drugs.
In Polk County, Florida, when Sheriff Grady Judd held this news conference announcing a massive drug crackdown, part of his message was actually aimed directly at Los Angeles.
You think LAX has got a drug smuggling problem?
Judd helped expose the fact that cartels are freely using LAX and many other airports to traffic their drugs. After 9/11, the TSA was created to stop terrorists, not drug runners. And Sheriff Judd tells me the cartels have been taking full advantage of this giant blind spot.
They're very smart. They understand trafficking of drugs.
With drugs on planes, are passengers in danger? The answer largely is no. But Judd points out one enormous exception: fentanyl.
First, you've got to understand that fentanyl in the size of 2 grains of salt can be a deadly overdose.
This picture shows what he's talking about: a deadly dose of fentanyl compared to the size of a penny. If fentanyl is smuggled into the cabin of a plane, that's a problem.
When it comes to LAX, what kind of fentanyl cases have you run into there?
So we've come across a number of different types of cases. Sometimes the drugs are transported using checked baggage. Other times, because the drugs are so valuable, they want to keep them in their possession, so they'll come in through carry-on luggage. And we catch kilogram quantities, pound quantities all the time in that way.
U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada confirms fentanyl has been infiltrating the cabins of planes. In other words, it's right there next to innocent passengers.
So most recently, we had a case in which a woman tried to transport over 10,000 fentanyl pills through a neck pillow that she had brought onto the plane.
And there's this case where 12,000 fentanyl pills were discovered at LAX, hidden in candy boxes. And since TSA is only searching for weapons and explosives, not drugs, and since many people travel with medications, Jason Pantages, head of the TSA at LAX, tells me a few pills likely won't set off any alarms.
You know, if somebody just saw pills in a bag, they're not gonna, I don't know that they would stop it just for pills, because it kind of gets outside of the scope of our search authority.
Put your face close to that shit. Yeah, that stuff's no joke, dude. It's super dangerous.
We've all heard the stories of first responders overcome by simply being around fentanyl. Like this case in San Diego.
Pulse 6, Army 1141.
Naloxone, also known as Narcan, is being administered as a life-saving measure because of its ability to rapidly reverse an opioid overdose like fentanyl.
Yes, code cover.
Sit down. Sit down. Give me Narcan.
To this police officer near Orlando.
Stay with me, okay?
Yeah. Call EMS.
To this Jacksonville Sheriff's deputy.
Breathe in. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in.
There are many reported cases like these. It's why Sheriff Judd and other members of law enforcement are so concerned.
You don't even have to bring a kilo on board. You can bring a few ounces on board, an ounce on board, and all of a sudden it gets distributed.
Before we get too panicked over the power of fentanyl, let's get some clarity. Yes, if ingested, it certainly is incredibly lethal. But when airborne or touching the skin, how vulnerable are we?
Our skin is our armor, right? And our skin is very, very good at protecting us. But it's the mucosa, it's the nose and the mouth and the eyes. And so if you breathe it in, of course, it'll get absorbed.
Dr. Reginald Jones is the chairman of surgery and head ER doctor at Dignity Health California Hospital. He has dealt with fentanyl in many different ways and says, yes, we could feel the effects when near it.
What if fentanyl, the powder form, is loose in the cabin of an airplane? What happens then?
That, of course, can be very That can be very dangerous, of course. If it's loose in the cabin of the plane, it depends on, number one, the quantity, the amount of dispersion.
And that's where we can ease our fears, at least a little. Dr. Jones says recent studies show it would actually take a lot of fentanyl in the air to cause an actual overdose by simply breathing it.
It would probably be a really rare event.
That's important because our sources tell us addicts are also bringing fentanyl on board and smoking, snorting, or injecting it, making everyone vulnerable. Sarah Nelson, president of the Flight Attendants Union, confirms the growing problem.
Would you say flight attendants are properly trained when it comes to fentanyl overdoses and how to handle them?
Flight attendants are very concerned about fentanyl overdoses and how to deal with that. We're seeing that as a more common occurrence on our planes, but the training is not sufficient.
Breathing, okay? Focus on it. I need Narcan! It's okay. It's all right, just breathe. Just breathe. I've already given 2. All right.
Do you happen to know how much Narcan is on a plane?
Narcan or naloxone is actually rare on the majority of flights in the U.S. It's a tragic thing to go through as a crew member who is known as aviation's first responders, who is very aware that our charge is the safety, health, and security of the passengers who are in our care, and to not have the proper tools to be able to respond and save lives. That also is a heavy burden for us and something that needs to change immediately.
When and if planes do carry Narcan, will there be enough? These are all important questions as passenger safety should be top priority as this new vulnerability of fentanyl in the cabin is addressed.
So at the end of the day, is it likely? No. Is it probable? No. Is it possible? Oh yeah, it's possible.
And just last month, the Federal Aviation Reauthorization Bill was signed into law, and it mandates planes carry Narcan. But it doesn't stipulate how much or when to get it on board, and it does not mandate any fentanyl training for flight attendants or pilots. In the world we live in, carrying our own Narcan is always a good idea. And that's a message that we are always talking about here in Eyewitness News.
Yeah, we've got it in the schools now in L.A.
Yep.
Be a good idea, I guess, for the pilots to make sure they have it.
Yeah, everybody on board.
Yeah.
And we understand now that Congress is reacting to this investigation.
Yeah, as soon as this came out, obviously this is one of those problems that is so complex and so big, it's going to need changes from the very top. So we are getting some members of Congress reacting. How can we fix this problem? We're going to talk about that in Eyewitness News at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Right.
And Friday, on Friday at 5.
Sounds good. We'll look forward to that. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Well, watch part 4 of David's exclusive investigation, LAX, the drug gateway, Friday on Eyewitness News at 5. You can also watch his previous reports on abc7.com. Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel. And download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.